Thank you, everybody, for joining us for yet another ADA elevator ribbon cutting. These are my favorite projects and my favorite events. I'm Jano Lieber, the MTA Chair and CEO, and I'm joined and the MTA team by Construction Development President Jamie Torres-Springer and the affable, occasionally shy Chief Accessibility Officer Quamel Royal, but also powerhouse elected officials, Andrew Gennardis, who works hard for the MTA, let me tell you, in the New York State Senate, Justin Brannan, a New York City Council member, chairman of the Finance Committee, who has done a ton of work on the transit front. And I also want to acknowledge here with us is Josephine Backman, who's the district manager of CB10. Where is Josephine? Thank you for being here. Our host, the community, and Sandy Wallace, who is actually the chair of Community Board 10. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate this community's cooperation and help. Listen, with the completion of this project, this is now the 36th subway station to be made accessible in the last 4 years. There are 2 brand new elevators here in service for the 3,000 MTA customers who use this station every day. And today there are already 35 more projects, ADA accessibility projects under construction right now, plus the other 60 that have been funded through the new 2020 to 25 MTA capital plan. Thank you again to the Governor Hochul and the legislature for making that happen in this session. So with the progress, and we really are seeing progress on the ADA front, and I also have to acknowledge our friends in the accessibility advocacy community. Where is Jean Ryan? She's hiding back there somewhere. But with the progress that we are making on this is an area where we are changing the world, where we are really turning around a pattern of history. We have partnered with the accessibility community, and we're getting projects done at a pace that has never been seen before. So I got to give it up for Jamie, the C&D team, and also for the contractors, J-Track, TC Electric, and Modern Elevator, 3 outfits that are doing a lot of these projects. And there are a few workers here representing all of them. You guys should come stand behind us. You're part of this story. Come on over. Gene, you too. Come on over. All right, Iris, your station. Come on over. All right. Moment for transition and logistics correction. Okay.
In the front, Gene.
Come on in, guys. Everybody.
You have to stand in the sun. You have to stand. Yeah.
Iris, thank you. Thank you for being here. Listen, here's another good piece of good news. Thanks to the effective project management, way to go, our project CEO, we have been able to avoid 4 weekend shutdowns and also save almost $1 million in the process. That is a successful project. Not easy to pull off, but this is how we operate at the new MTA. We're using every available tool, every available strategy to get projects done faster, better, and cheaper in our mission to make the entire subway system accessible. It's about time. Now, and this is a personal passion project for me. Remember, subway accessibility serves some of our most economically challenged population in our cities. You want to talk about affordability? Who does it matter most to? Seniors, many of them living on fixed incomes, parents and caretakers with kids in strollers who themselves are facing struggles with the cost of living, and most of all, people with disabilities who have some of the greatest economic challenges in our city. Transit is one of the very few things that makes New York affordable. It's 15% of the cost of owning a car, and we want to give New Yorkers more transit so they can make New York more affordable for them. Everybody deserves to be able to take advantage of this great mass transit system and its affordability. And as I keep saying, we're going to keep pushing forward. We do need to thank our federal partners. The funding support of the Federal Transit Administration, part of USDOT, did help to make this project possible. And I acknowledged the city councilman and the state senator. And I think there was meant to be somebody from the Congresswoman's office. Did we get? Hello. Lori Windsor, thank you for being here for representing Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, who doesn't always love the MTA, but she is a supporter of the projects that support her district, and please give her our acknowledgement. So with that, let me turn it over to Jamie for more details on this great project. Jamie.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jana. We're thrilled to be here in Bay Ridge this morning to celebrate subway accessibility at this important station. As Jana mentioned, this is our third newly accessible, fully accessible station finished this year. It's just the start. We've got quite a few more that we're going to finish this year on this rapid pace, 5 times the pace that we've been working than ever before. We have another 35 stations in construction across the subway system and another 7 in construction across Metro North and Long Island Railroad. So we're making a lot of progress on this. And while we made this station ADA accessible, as we always like to point out, we made a lot of other improvements. So accessibility here, 2 new elevators, this one that we see from the street to the mezzanine and another from the mezzanine to that center platform. We rebuilt the platform to meet modern code, created new raised boarding areas, and installed new tactile edge strips. But station improvements, we rebuilt and rehabilitated 4 stairwells to meet ADA requirements. We expanded and upgraded the fire alarm and communication systems, and we added a lot of new important station back of house area for this station. I want to thank again our team from C&D, including Bargov and Jermaine, who are here. And it's been acknowledged that J-Track and TC have done great work for us on this package, supported by Modern Elevator and HNTB, who's here as well. We're grateful for all of the contributions. And with that, I'll pass it on to our Chief Accessibility Officer, Q.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Jamie. I'm so excited to be here today celebrating these new elevators here at Bay Ridge 95th Street. This is a crucial connection for Bay Ridge, a corner of Brooklyn that hasn't always been easy for me to get to. I have family in this neighborhood, and it was always an express bus or a very expensive Uber. I am so happy to be taking the train here now. However, the accessible subway options in this neighborhood have been getting a lot better in the last few years. Elevators opened on 86th Street back in 2020, as well as the 59th Street S connector to transfer to the N express trip from Manhattan. Very important if you're trying to get to this part of town. These elevators provide yet another accessible options to visit the many great restaurants down on 3rd Avenue. Of course, the diner and the library right here at this corner. It's really a joy for us. Every new station project provides new options, not just for customers with disabilities like myself, but as Jano mentioned, aging adults who deserve access to transportation to enjoy all that the city has to offer. Caregivers, parents, children with strollers, folks with bikes, or anyone who, for whatever reason, just cannot get down the stairs on any given day. Folks, it is a pleasure to be here with all of you today. Getting kind of hot, so we'll keep it short. Thank you for being here. Unas cuantas palabras en español. Estamos aquí celebrando otra estación que se hace accesible en el sistema aquí en Bay Ridge, en la 95. Para mí, para el equipo de la MTA, es un placer darle el acceso al transporte a todos los neoyorquinos, no solamente personas con discapacidad, así como yo, pero todos neoyorquinos con padres, gentes que cuidan niños en sillas, en coches, personas que por cualquier razón no puedan bajar las escaleras en cualquier día, pueden usar un ascensor. Y eso es lo que queremos darle, acceso igual para todos. Así que para nosotros es un placer y gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. Cheers.
Good morning, everyone. I'm State Senator Andrew Gennardis, thrilled to be here to unveil this brand new elevator here at the end of the R line, the 95th Street station. This project has been a long time in coming. When I first got into elected office, there was not a single accessible station anywhere in my district. There was one elevator at Bay Parkway, and that was it. Not a single elevator, and yet today we're celebrating the second station in Bay Ridge to have accessibility access. And as Jano and Jamie said, there are dozens and dozens more in the pipeline, 35 happening now, 60 more to come, working us towards that goal of having 95% or greater accessibility at every single station in this district. This is not possible without investments, and investments like this are so crucial. So when people say, why do we have to pay into the MTA? We have to pay so that we can do things like this. Because for far too long, we forgot to invest in our system, and we left far too many people behind, people who are limited mobility, parents, seniors, you name it. we can't build the system of the 21st century unless we're willing to invest in it and pay for it. And that's what made this project happen. And that's why this is so incredible. This, by the way, came in under budget, which is not something you often hear about when it comes to the MTA. And that's a credit to the team that has been working very hard to streamline projects, gather more efficiencies, and make sure that we are delivering the system that we need in the 21st century. And as someone who rides the subways constantly and pushes a double stroller, I can't tell you how much I appreciate having an elevator instead of having to like balance two kids and a stroller on my back to get down the stairs. This is a game changer for so many. Lots more to come, and I want to thank everyone, and especially our MTA team, for making it happen.
Thank you. I'm Councilmember Justin Brannan. As chair of the Finance Committee, hearing something come in under budget is obviously music to my ears. Andrew and I, the senator and I, really made our bones out here in southern Brooklyn yelling about the MTA. Jano's making that very hard for us now because they're doing some great stuff. They picked the one day where it's actually hotter up here than it is downstairs in the subway. But this is a big deal for us in southern Brooklyn because we've been ignored for a long time out here. And now, working with the MTA closely on projects like this in 86th Street and 59th Street, we're turning the page, and it means a lot to us. We don't take that for granted out here in southern Brooklyn. It's Andrew's birthday today, so for seniors like Andrew, it's great to have an elevator as well.
I need 40 more stations as a
president. Andrew's not getting any younger, folks. But this is a great day, working with the MTA on bringing that accessibility here to the far reaches of the outer boroughs and reminding folks that the ADA is not just a suggestion, it's actually the law. And it's important that we do more to make sure that our entire public transportation system is accessible to all. So great day here, great day all around. Thank you all for being here.
All right, we may have some questions from the press here. Let's start with Natalie Duddridge, CBS 2 on the far side.
I was going to say, I do have two off topics. We could do them one-on-one so everyone can find shade.
You have to start out by saying happy birthday to Jamie
birthday.
and Senator Gennardis.
Double happy birthday.
Yeah.
Wait, you have an on-topic first?
Sure, I guess with the on topic, just with this latest project, obviously you mentioned the long-term goal. How far along are you for completion to getting to that final goal?
Listen, we have never, ever, ever done ADA projects, accessibility projects, anywhere near as fast as we are doing. We got a long way to go, but people are starting to recognize that this is a system that can be used very successfully by people who have mobility issues, parents with strollers, people who are bringing shopping carts because they need to get around to the Trader Joe's or whatever. This is becoming an accessible system, and we are thrilled that we have plenty of money in the new capital program to continue it.
And two off topics?
Well, hang on. Anybody else on topic? On topic. We got the birthday senator right here now. All right. Sir, if you want to excuse the other folks, that's up to you. I understand our friends in the press have a couple of off-topic questions.
So it's up to everybody to decide whether they're willing to stand behind me while I get attacked.
All right. Natalie, you got an off-topic. Go ahead.
Yes, Secretary Duffy, the latest letter that was sent and those demands, those requests, how do you respond to that? And also that 66% increase that they cite from 2019. Is that accurate?
Listen, we 3 months ago, they asked us for information on security. We sent them 20 pages of information on the good news that crime is down in every significant way. And we talked about all the MTA efforts, cameras and otherwise, more police presence to get it done. I don't get why Secretary Duffy continues to assail the NYPD. That's his own problem. I don't get it. But the bottom line is, as we said yesterday, crime is way down. Ridership is up, and congestion pricing is an amazing success. Everybody recognizes it. Eventually, they'll figure it out in Washington.
And they said the response to that first March letter wasn't satisfactory. Do you plan to respond to this letter?
I think he answered the question. Yeah. Did you have something else?
One other, flooding, 161st, the one train?
168. It's 168th Street Station. Listen, this is, we heard from the council member and the state senator about the MTA capital program. This is an example. For 100 years, nobody fixed the structure and there was water leakage. We are fixing it. The first attempt to fix it over the weekend did not go well, and we are now in the process of clearing out all the water to make sure we can provide service, hopefully in the evening rush.
Happy birthday.
All right. I don't think it's his birthday, Natalie. I think the other people up there. Emma Barnett is here from New York 1. Emma.
Thank you so much. I have two questions.
The role of Samantha Liebman.
I have one question on behalf of myself
Something
and another
for the
one
council
on
member to
behalf
do
of
something
Sammy
about it.
Lieberman. First question, can you speak to toll evasion numbers and what's being done to stop it?
Toll evasion numbers and what's being done to stop it. Well, I don't have the numbers handy, but we have done an enormous amount. We are suppressing the use of ghost plates in New York with massive law enforcement, MTA PD, NYPD, all these different law enforcement organizations to make sure that nobody's riding around with a fake plate that allows them, most important, to use a car in crime. It also helps us to suppress toll evasion. That has been going in the right direction, and we're going to keep at it.
It seems like the numbers from 2023 and 2024, you were able to flatten the curve but not lower the numbers. Are there more efforts or is there any change to the system that you're doing now to try and catch those ghost vehicles?
Well,
That's
I'll
an
tell you one-
esoteric thing from Newsday about unbillables.
I understand, but I'll tell you this. Standing behind me is a senator who sponsored a bill in the New York State legislature in the last session to give us more power to push back on toll evasion. It seems insane that somebody can have a fake plate or a covered plate and just get a ticket and drive away with that same fake device. And the legislation that he sponsored would allow us to change that. We're going to keep fighting to tighten the rules on toll evasion.
And then last question from Sammy Lieberman. She wants to know, considering the enrollment numbers were low and the expansion in this budget was only about 5%, would you like mayoral candidates to address getting more people to enroll and expand eligibility rather than free buses?
You can tell Sam this. I love her, but that is way too complicated for me to do at an ADA opening.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thank you so much. Thanks to Gene Ryan here in person today, Iris,
Succeeded in not
and the
melting,
birthday
Gene.
people. Thanks, everybody.